Hey Plant Fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back. So, today I have a video that you guys have been waiting for. It's a really gloomy day, but it's always happy inside the greenhouse. So, I'm going to take you inside the greenhouse and I'm going to show you every single plant that's in there. We're not going to skip over any. So this is, I guess, a part 2 to my houseplant tour. If you missed the first one, I can link it up here for you guys. That is a tour of everything in the bedroom and everything behind me and in the windows here. And now we're going to go up and see what's in the greenhouse. I do have a couple like lingering outside of the greenhouse I can show you as well. And the cabinet will be next, so stay tuned for that. But let's see what's going on inside the greenhouse first. Okay, so here we are. Let's open this up completely. All right, fam, here is the greenhouse. So I do still have my squammy here. If you guys didn't see some of my last couple of videos, I'm kind of always up here lingering around doing plant chores and stuff. But here's the newest leaf that finally unfurled. She just have like a tiny bit of damage. I can't ever seem to just get one without some damage. It gets like wrinkly as it unfurls too. I don't really know why that happens, but it's fine. I have some plants in here I can show you as well. I just want to pull this out and move it over and out of the way so that we can get in here and see what's going on. I'm going to turn this fan off so it's not loud. There's one on the table here too. Let's turn that off. Okay, there we go. No more background noise, just me and the greenhouse. So here's a quick little peek at everything. There's a lot going on in here. The humidifier was on this morning. I don't leave it on all day. I didn't check the humidity as soon as we opened the thing, so it's not going to be accurate anymore, but that's fine. I'm going to start with this corner, work my way down and over and all that jazz. This is a lot of my Hoya collection too, so this is kind of like a part 1 to my Hoya collection tour. Like, I don't know, most of them are in the cabinet, but like a lot of them are up here too, so there's that. But anyway, let's start over here with my Philodendron Pink Princess. This is her newest leaf. Came out a little bit stuck. It looks like somebody just like munched on it, but the variegation is absolutely gorgeous. Looks like we have some really vibrant pink going on right here. And I'm not mad about it. It looks like she got a little bit of damage. I don't know if this is like fungal, but I do try to keep it nice and airflowy in here so that that sort of thing doesn't happen. This one looks like somebody nibbled it too. So weird. But I wish the leaves stayed this nice deep dark pink. Would be really cool. She does have a couple of babies coming out down here as well. Some really cute variegation. Look at that leaf. Let me move this philodendron so you could see that leaf. Look at that. Isn't she gorgeous? This is my philodendron jungle boogie. I need to repot. It's like coming up out of here. And it's definitely got enough roots for me to uppot it. It's growing kind of wonky on account of the way that I have it kind of just plopped in here. But there's a mealybug on that leaf. No bueno. Okay, put that on the floor so I remember to kill that mealybug. And then I have my Philodendron Florida Ghost Mint, whatever this is supposed to be. It doesn't really come in with minty leaves anymore, but it's still really cute, so I'm not mad about it. If you guys have any tips to get her leaves to be a little more minty, definitely let me know. I don't know what's going on over here. She's got like a bunch of weird babies coming off the bottom. I don't know if she needs to be up potted maybe. It's kind of why I like the clear pots, like this Monstera Albo is in, the queen. of the greenhouse. Like, let's be realistic. This is my like prized possession right here, my Monstera elbow. This is its newest leaf. It hasn't hardened off yet. It's got some really stunning variegation. I think that was the last one before this. Yeah, so she's got some really nice genetics. I'm not mad at her. If you guys remember, this was actually a housewarming gift or an apartment warming gift from my friend Karen over at Paul's and Sandy's, which was just really, really lovely. It still has all of the same leaves as when she gave it to me. I think it had these, and then it's grown these top 4 here in my care. So I'm not mad about that. The variegation is absolutely stunning, and it looks like she's getting more and more fenestrated, sort of. Yeah. So, love her. Hiding down here, I have a really sad looking Epipremnum Amplissimum Silver. I probably need to get it out of this perlite because it's just like kind of gross in there. And that's probably why it doesn't look fantastic. But I'm confident that if I put it in a better situation, she'll be happier. Same thing with this Philodendron Campo. This was a cutting, you guys, and I kind of just let it go, and it grew all the way around here and up, and it's attached itself here, and now it's putting out these leaves over here at the front of the greenhouse. So I don't really know what to do with that. And then hiding back in here, I have a Philodendron Silver Sword. This is kind of the only still unorganized part of my greenhouse right here that I need to figure out. But I don't know, maybe I'll sell this one because I have a big one down there. But this was my original Silver Sword that I grew from a cutting long time ago. And I really struggled to get it to grow and not look stupid. I could get a really nice top cut out of this now, I feel like. So just working on a new leaf. This aerial root is out of control. It goes all the way down here, and there's another one back here, and these are all coming off of the Monstera. Insane. Like, is that not insane? I try to tuck them back down into the soil, but like they're so stiff sometimes that you just like, you can't do anything without breaking them. So this Silver Sword is just gonna have to like get tucked back in here gently. Next to that, we have my Philodendron Adabat Poense. This was an import. I don't remember. It's from Indonesia, but I don't remember which importer I got it with. And this is its newest leaf. It's finally starting to like get itself together, I feel like. So still adjusting to the bright light in here, I think, but these were all import leaves down here, and then the new leaves in my care were coming out like really small and stupid, which is a thing that import philodendrons tend to do. This was, I think, the last one before this one. So this is the first one that's come out looking halfway decent. So I'm not mad about that. Definitely got some crazy aerial roots on this one too that I've stuck back down into the top of the pot. And then next to that, we have my Hoya latifolia dinner plate, which is massive. I show this one off all the time, and she's got this really long tendril going here with some cute little baby leaves there, and baby leaves there, and probably some baby leaves there. Oh, is that a ladybug? Are you alive? No, I think it's dead. Are you dead? Yeah. Oh, no, it's alive. Ah, you're alive. Oh my goodness, no way. Stop it. I really thought you guys were all dead. Look at you go. Hi. Look at you. You're still here. Trucking along. Oh man, that's cute. Anyway, I really thought they were all gone. I haven't seen one in a while. But Back here, I've got my Philodendron gloriosum that you guys know I have a love-hate relationship with. Absolutely gorgeous plant. Cannot get it to grow normal for me. And this fungus gnat in the frame is driving me crazy. I don't have too many fungus gnats, but there are definitely some here and there for sure, especially up in here with things being so moist. Yeah, this gloriosum's working on a new leaf, so hopefully she'll get it together. And obviously there's lots of fungus gnats over here on this melanochrysum. I'll have to put some mosquito bits on top. I just cut the top off of this plant, so she's growing in some stupid little baby leaves. This one kind of irritates me, I'm not gonna lie. Just because she grows like, I don't know, she just never looks good for me. Tell me your melanochrysum secrets if you have them. And then I guess I'll show you these two while we're here too. I have my black pagoda lipstick plant hanging over here next to a import Hoya Matilde that is still you know, bouncing back, but she seems okay. She's a fraction of the plant that I ordered, but she's alive and she's got some new growth back here actually, so that's definitely a good sign. Not mad about that. And then I'll save the stuff for the floor for later. Underneath over here I have a Forever Thirsty Monstera Standeliana elbow cutting that's rooted in soil. It probably just needs to go in something better than what it's in, honestly. These things grow really, really well for me. And then I have this Hoya Acuta middle variegated, I don't know, inner variegated. Absolutely love this one. I have my outer variegated one out in the regular humidity and it does just fine, but this one I'm hoping will grow faster for me in the greenhouse. And then I have some cuttings of a variegated Hindu rope that I'm trying to root in moss. I have a hard time rooting these, but it looks like it might be starting to root, so that's not a bad thing. I have my Hoya variegated over here. That leaf looks damaged, so we're just gonna remove it. This thing had mealybugs for the longest time, so I'm not surprised to find a tad bit more. I can talk, you can talk, everybody can talk, it's totally fine. So that is my variegated Weyetii. Next to it here I have my variegated Epipremnum amplissimum. This moss is disgusting. I need to repot it. I think it's probably plenty rooted to do that. Yeah, there's plenty of roots in there. This I got as a reverted cutting, and this was the very first leaf that it put out after I got it, and it was supposed to be reverted. So not as much variegation on these newer leaves, but it's still really pretty with that subtle green in it, and it's working on another leaf, so we can definitely repot that one soon. And then over here I have some more Hoya obovata propagations. These are the inner variegated ones back here. I've got two of those. I've got a regular obovata here with a peduncadunk, and I just really love this one because the leaves are super round on it. And then this is a Hoya pubicalyx pink silver is what the tag says. So I don't really know what that is, but that's that one. More obovata cuttings over here in perlite, and then this is one of my little baby jewel orchids. Ain't she cute? I love these. I think they're adorable. And then in front here I have my Dischidia ovata, the watermelon Dischidia. Absolutely love this one. Got it as a little baby cutting, and it's finally starting to grow and get some nice big leaves for me, which I'm not mad about at all. And then this is my Hoya retusa that I can't decide if I like it or not. I took it out of its pot and it didn't have a ton of roots, so I decided to reroot it in some perlite, and it seems to be doing fine in there. And then back here I've got some import sticks that are probably dead, but I figured I would try. Oh no, you know what? I think this was my Hoya Waymanii that I imported, and it didn't go well. Another Hoya obovata cutting, and then this is the Hoya Dr. Ebok, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that leaf came in funky. But this was a cutting that I rooted, so I'm not mad about it because the cutting was super dehydrated and I wasn't sure if it was gonna make it, but here we are. She's nice and turgid and happy. That is a seriously wonky leaf, probably because there's mealybugs on it. Awesome. Super duper fantastic. Definitely gonna need to repot that. And then this is Hoya, I think this is Hoya Viola. She seems to be doing all right over here. She's got some new growth points. Yeah, Hoya Viola. And this was also a cutting. This was the original leaf, and it put out these ones in my care. I'm having a hard time getting this to focus. There we go. So not terrible, not doing terrible. And then a little variegated begonia. Super cute. It's probably super rooted in here. But I have one up here, and then I had one downstairs, and I gave one to my Grammy because she likes African violets, so I thought she would enjoy a cute little variegated one because you don't really see these in the stores. And then next to it I have a tissue culture little baby Monstera lechlariana variegata growing some new leaves. So she's been in moss for like a really long time. I'm kind of afraid to even see what goes on in there. I won this in a giveaway, and I'm not mad about it. I can't wait to watch it grow into a really big plant one day. It's a gorgeous plant, so I don't mind having a little tissue culture baby. And then in here I have my Epipremnum pinnatum marble variegated that is rooting, and it looks like starting to put out a little growth point in there. Oh my goodness, stop it. Yes, it is. It's a growth point. That's exciting. Hopefully that survives. That was not a cheap plant at all. This is one of my rehab Hoyas from Urban Leaf Shop. This is the Kanya Kumariana. It's definitely like dropping some leaves, but the rest of them seem to be okay, which is kind of expected, honestly, with rehab Hoyas. You lose some of the plant, but hopefully you can also salvage some of it because this one is really stinking cute. So hopefully I can keep it happy. And then back here in this tray, I have my Hoya Potsii. Just the regular green one. This was an import from China. I have got another thing of sticks back here. Sometimes I can grow plants from these. Most of the time it doesn't work, but I try. I don't remember what these were. Maybe latifolia. And then I've got some Hoya, try and get this out, Sulawesiana, I think. And these have some really cool texture, really cool leaf shape. These are all imports. This one is from Indonesia. I've got a couple of those, and then I've got a Hoya parviflora splash. This was also an import. Absolutely love this one. So stunning. Look at the variegation on there. Isn't that gorgeous? I took some cuttings of this earlier in the year, and it has put out a couple of new leaves since then, so hopefully I get the time to repot this soon, and then it can start really taking off in the springtime so I can have more cuttings available for you guys. And then this is a Hoya latifolia species that I do not know. I don't know what it is. This was an import. This is the only remaining cutting from the plant that I kept for myself. The rest of them I sold. This was one of the smaller leaves on the plant, absolutely gorgeous. And then another import from China is this Hoya mirabilis. This is just a cutting off of the mother plant because I like to have backups, you know? You never know. Something can go wrong with a plant, and it's always good when I propagate my plants. I try to keep one of the cuttings for myself to make another mother plant. So back here we have more Hoyas. I've got a Hoya Fitchii hanging out right here. It's kind of hard to see some of these. I am going to do like a proper Hoya collection tour where I take all these out and show you one by one. It's going to take forever, but it's fine. It's going to be fun. I swear it's going to be fun. This is my my Hoya Michelle, I think, or Natalie. Hoya Natalie. Of course it's not labeled. I think it's Natalie. Is that your name? I don't know. I don't know your name, girl. I didn't label you. It's fine. And then this is a Hoya incrustada with the outer variegation. This is also a China import. I have another pubic calyx variety over here. This one's called Riva. I thought it was the buttons. I thought it was the buttons one. This one's Riva. Don't ask me why I have so many pubic calyx varieties. I just I like hybrids. So there's that. And then I have I need to water these. They're very light. I have a cutting of Hoya Daikie over here that I bought a long time ago, and it finally is growing for me. So I'm not mad about that at all. Really, really gorgeous, fun plant with some unique shaped leaves. This is my Hoya H. I think it's 074. It was sold to me as 073, but that plant really doesn't like exist as far as I can find on the internet. And this was also an import from China, so I don't actually know. All I know is that it's gorgeous, and I'm not mad about it. So there's that. She's probably one of my favorite Hoyas in my collection. And then hiding underneath it, I have a Hoya, let's see, I don't know what any of that means. Hopefully you do. All I know is that she's really pretty. So I wanted her because she's veiny. This leaf came in just like a little bit wonky, but that's okay. It is working on more new growth. It's got a bunch of mealybugs that we're gonna murder with our bare hands. It's okay, I have a paper towel. I really need to invent like a little tool for this. Ooh, where'd you go? Oh, damn it. Mealybug down. Can't murder you if I don't know where you are. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. And then hiding under here, I have another Hoya that's not like looking great, but it's also not dying. So I'm hoping it'll just like root up and grow. And this is, I don't actually know what this is. I have it labeled somewhere, I think. Like I have it in my phone, like a picture of it with the name, but I don't remember what this one is called. I just saw that it was big and veiny, so I wanted it. And then I have this Hoya latifolia Snow Queen. Is that what it's called? That's a nice, cute little silver variegation. Also just a cutting, so she's got this new tendril coming in. Okay, one more tray of Hoya over here. I've got a Hoya callistophylla over here from Indonesia, so I don't know what specific species it is, but it does look slightly different than the one that I have. There's a Hoya ruthie cutting hiding back here, the only surviving cutting from my original plant. Hopefully she keeps on surviving. This is the Hoya subquintupla nervus, aka Hoya pachyclada. Albo marginata. She is one of my favorites, absolutely adorable. Underneath here, is a Hoya. I don't know what that says, to be honest with you. I don't remember the name. I have it in my phone. That is an abbreviation, like it's shortened. So if you understand what that means, go you. But I thought this was really cute. I like the dimples. And I'll try to find the name of it and remember to put it on the screen, but I can't make any promises because this is probably going to be a long video and I might fall asleep here and there while I'm editing it. Just being honest. Okay, and then I have a Hoya Potsii Splash over here. This was not an import. Not all of these here are imports, but most of them are. And it's putting out some new leaves for me, and it's super cute. And then I have this Hoya mealybug. Oh god. Why so many mealies? Oh, gross. I gotta clean this one too. Hoya Kalina species Biak. I don't know, but we need to clean it. And then I have this Hoya Caretaker with the inner variegation. She's putting out some new growth. Back here is my Epipremnum pinnatum elbow. Growing all kinds of wonky, but this leaf is really, really beautiful. Always runners with this plant, always runners. I need a bigger pole. I'm always restarting it. It's so aggravating, but it's everything is fine. I have one of my jewel orchids over here, super duper cute, and it's blooming. Look at it. Isn't it cute? It's working on another one over here and probably another one over here too. I've had this plant for so long and I love the way it grows for me. I just took cuttings recently and it's got a whole bunch of new growth points since I cut her. She's just so beautiful. Isn't she beautiful? Love, love, love those shiny leaves. They look like satin with a really, really cool variegation on it. So super underrated plant in my opinion. I feel like they're super easy to grow. So I don't know why people don't get excited about them. How in the heck and bob did I have this in here? Okay. Stay, girl. Stay. So down here I have one of my Syndapsis trubii. I have too many of this plant. And then this is a base cut of a Philodendron hastatum green. So it's the same as the silver sword. This is a Philodendron hastatum silver. And this one is green. She's just a baby. I keep my water in these, by the way, in case you were wondering what they were doing here. And then I have this Syngonium, what is it called? Mojito. Look at that new leaf. Ooh, you cute. This was an import, and it definitely needs to be repotted. So you could see the new roots versus the old roots, and just working on lots and lots of aerial roots. So not mad about that. This leaf is looking pretty sad, so we're gonna get rid of it. Boop. So it's really only got like 2 of its original leaves left. And these need to be cleaned off and repotted, but I haven't had time for that. We need to do that soon. Down here I have a Crinkle 8 that's pretty much always on the struggle bus. It had mealybugs really bad. I finally got rid of most of them. They're never really like truly gone. They're such a pain in the neck, but hopefully this will bounce back for me because it used to be a nice full plant and just kind of died little by little, unfortunately. And then in front of me here I have my 2 little baby Philodendron Billy Tie, I don't know. And this one just put out a new leaf. So cute. And this one is working on a new leaf. Hopefully it's gonna be so cute. And one of these plants you're gonna be able to win in a giveaway on my Instagram. So definitely go and make sure that you're following me there. I will probably be announcing that giveaway this weekend. And this is not even the most exciting plant that's going to be in the giveaway, girl. Don't miss it, because I have another one of these. So I have 3 of these, and they're one of my favorites. So I figured I would share one with you guys, because you know I love you. And don't worry if you don't have Instagram. I am going to be doing a YouTube exclusive giveaway probably towards the end of the month as well. So the plants won't be as exciting. They probably won't even be plants at all. But you'll still be able to win some really exciting stuff. So this is a cutting of the Monstera pinnati partita, and this is just a cutting from a friend. So I think she's finally starting to work on a new leaf here, which is exciting. This one's kind of taken a little while to take off for me, but I guess that makes sense because my Monstera Peru is the same exact way. And then here's the little baby Ring of Fire philodendron. Adorable. They all live in this little tray down here because I haven't figured out where to put them yet. And then I have another Hoya over here that I can't remember the name of. Hopefully I wrote it on the cup. Oh, this is the Hoya peninsularis. I don't know which one. I think there's a few different kinds. But it's got just the right amount of like crusty, veiny, splashy. I need to wipe down the leaves because it's really hard to tell. But they get pretty big and beautiful, and I feel like she's rooting up very nicely in here. You can see some little stringies in there in between all the moss. It's going to be an absolute nightmare getting her out of the moss, so we should probably do that soon. And then back here I have a little philodendron moonlight, nothing exciting. A Monstera Peru that took forever to start like growing for me, but it finally is. And then I have a begonia over here that I don't know the name of, but it is really pretty, and it was a gift. So I'm glad that I kept it alive because I like keeping plants that people gift me alive. And then here I have my Alocasia chantrieri sport variegated. This is the biggest leaf that it put out for me, and I think it's working on a new one here. Yeah, she needs to be repotted, but she is working on a new leaf, so hopefully it's going to be a nice big one with some really beautiful variegation, because this one didn't have a ton. And I don't know if you could tell, but it comes in kind of pink in bright light. So really, really pretty. Trying to grow some corms from her, but not really having a lot of success. I know there's still some more in there, but I guess we'll see what happens if any of them grow and if any of them come out variegated, because this was definitely a really amazing find. And then underneath her I've got this plant that I can't remember the name of, but I know it's in the ginger family, and it's really weird, but it's really beautiful. Some people call it a Syndapsis something cat eye, I think, because the leaves as they come in get darker, and then they have this really gorgeous neon stripe down the middle, so I think they do even call it neon stripe. It's working on this new leaf here. Definitely not a Syndapsis. Looks like it's more closely related to like calatheas and prayer plants based on like how it grows, but yeah, still really cute. Don't know exactly what it is, but it is really cute. Got some Philodendron lupinum cuttings in here. What are you? Oh, another Epipremnum pinnatum elbow cutting in some really disgusting moss. It's fine. Everything is fine. I've got a Philodendron Rio. Are you a Rio? I think this is a Rio, if I'm not mistaken. Cutting, rooting in perlite. And then I have a Philodendron Carnival cutting that's like This leaf looks like it's dying, but it's growing a new one. It needs some water. In perlite, the perlite in here dries out so quickly. And then the last heartleaf philodendron I have in here is variegated. So, love it. She's so cute. I didn't think I'd be able to keep this plant happy, but I am so glad that I've been able to. Gonna have to take it out of the moss. Got lots of roots, and the new leaves are coming in super variegated in the greenhouse, so not mad at that at all. That is everything that I have in this little container over here. And then back here I have my Scindapsus Silver Lady, which is probably one of my favorite plants in my collection because look at her. Is she not gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. She threw out this stupid runner, but she's working on some new growth out here, so that's not terrible. And then I have this Scindapsus mint variegated here. It's still in perlite, so it needs to be repotted. It gets dried out really easily. That's why it's crispy, probably because the perlite is not really great at holding on to the moisture. And then I don't remember what this is, to be honest with you. Oh, is that rotted? Oh, bummer. I think maybe the node is still salvageable. It was growing. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, that's so sad. It was growing, and I forgot what it was, but it was an import philodendron, I think. And like this chunk here is, or this stem is rooted. It just hasn't put out any new growth except for this that I got excited about, but it totally rotted. I probably put too much water into this perlite the last time I watered it. That's on me. Okay, and then I have this Burl Marks variegated that was sent to me recently as a gift. It's putting out some new leaves that don't look variegated, unfortunately. I know these revert really easily, so hopefully that doesn't happen because I've wanted one of these for so long. And it's got a bunch of new growth points coming from the bottom, so fingers crossed that some of these new leaves will come in variegated. Next to it over here, I have my Standeliana aurea. This is the yellow variegated one. It's probably hard to tell because it gets bright light, so it kind of just looks like elbow, but it's not. And it's cute, but it also just puts out these dumb runners, so I never know what to do with this thing. Back behind here, I have my Philodendron Campo Sportuanum. That isn't growing as stupid as the other one. I don't know what's going on with this leaf up here. Maybe it's too close to the humidifier. Like, I genuinely don't know, but it was getting too much light at some point in time, so I moved it back here so it's like a little bit more shaded. Sorry, I got cut off. I accidentally cut myself off. I don't know what she's doing, so hopefully she figures it out. I don't worry about her too much. I can always just chop her up and start over. No biggie. Grows really, really fast. This is some sort of emojis, if I'm not mistaken. Silver. And it's doing the same thing. It's literally just a runner. So I don't even know what to do with it. I might chop it up and try and root some nodes, but I just like I don't have a lot of energy for it, so I haven't done it yet, and I'm just kind of hoping that she'll activate from somewhere else. This was an import, so it hasn't done anything since I got it. And then back here we have my Monstera dubia. When I put her up in the greenhouse, she was getting too much light. That's why her leaves are kind of yellowy. And then she started getting used to it and growing, and then she ran out of plank. And I need to remedy that because it was growing really nice and big and beautiful until it ran out of space. So yeah, we need to figure that out soon. So many chores to do, you guys. So many chores. This is my Philodendron lupinum. It always kind of looks like this. The leaves kind of always come in like this. That's why I'm always cutting it. literally just constantly chopping this plant. So these leaves are really old. Not surprised that they look like that. And what else is on the floor here? We've got my Philodendron giganteum marble variegated. Absolutely love this plant. This was also an import, so it's basically just regrowing from a chunk. You can see the chunk in here. A lot of it was rotted and it was like a whole big ordeal. I finally just repotted it into some chunky mix, and it's working on a new leaf. So not mad about that. Next to it here I have a little baby philodendron bobsea that I'm also growing out from a chunk, so it doesn't look like much yet, but these are really cute when they get mature. And over here I just repotted this import Adansonii mint variegated from Indonesia. Its newest leaf came in really stupid, but that's okay because it's got a new one that isn't looking crispy. I don't really know what happened to that one, but it is what it is. And then there's some other stuff going on back here, but I think that I'm going to bring you back up to the top. Okay, so I want to start up here and work my way down. Again, this is going to be such a long video. All right, so I've got a Hoya CV new over here hanging out. It finally just put out a new leaf. It like literally never grows. So of course it came in all wonky and stupid because it's being squished. So I'm gonna move that one out from the corner. I've got a Hoya moto ski over here. Probably getting a little too much light up here. Things probably still need to be rearranged a little bit. This is a Hoya IML numbers. Some of these leaves are still dirty from ladybug food, so if you see like brown splotches on them, that's what it is. So there's that one. She's super cute. And then I have got some cuttings of my Croniana silver hanging out up here. I have a hard time rooting these. They root really well up in the greenhouse. So I have them up here. And then this is a Hoya vitellinioides cutting that I traded a friend for. And it's growing. It's got a new growth point down in there, and then it grew these two leaves since I got it. Isn't she gorgeous? Love it. Absolutely love it. So this probably needs to be repotted as well. Just growing like crazy in here. And then I have a Hoya mitrata. This is from Urban Leaf Shop. This is one of the few that like are doing okay. It's not doing great, but it's not like dying either. It had some roots, but not a lot of roots, and now that I think about it, they weren't really like healthy roots, so I probably should have put it into like moss or something, but I don't want to take it out of here again. And it seems to be stable, so I'm just going to try and reroot it in the soil that it's in. And then this is another rehab from Urban Leaf Shop. This is my Hoya Croniana black leaves. I've got that in a mossy perlite mix and hoping that it bounces back. So let's put this guy back up here where he's not gonna squish the new leaf. Okay, that's good. That's better. So next to it over here, I've got my Philodendron mexicanum. Absolutely freaking love this plant. Working on another new leaf here. It's been growing really, really fast for me. Definitely not mad about that. And it looks like kind of loby. Look at it. It's getting lobes, you guys. See it? This one has like baby lobes, but this one definitely has a little bit more lobe action going on. So I'm excited about that. This is still in a mossy perlite mix too, so we need to repot it. And then I have my Philodendron gigas hanging out over here. Her original leaf is pretty sad looking. I should probably just chop it off, but I haven't done that yet. And, you know, she's growing. She's taking off. She's doing really well. Definitely not mad about that. Seems to be a little bit easier going so far than my melanochrysum, but who the heck knows, to be honest. Like, let's be real. And then this is probably my favorite philodendron in my collection right now, aside from the billies. And this is Patricia. This is my philodendron Patriciae, and this is her newest leaf. And I mean, like, what do you want me to say about it aside from, like, wow? She got a little stuck unfurling, so there's a couple of, like, lines going down her leaves, but, like, come on, you guys. Like, what? And I paid $50 for this cutting, which is, like, crazy to me. That is such a good price for this plant. This plant is, like, crazy expensive, so I am not mad at that, and I'm pretty sure it was a mid-cut. I don't think it was a top cut, because the new leaves didn't come in the same size as the original. And then next to that I have a Hoya that is on the struggle bus from Urban Leaf Shop. You can see this one just came to me with all these, like, weird brown spots on it, and it's just not a happy plant. It's not happy. It's in a mossy perlite mix as well. Behind it I have my Burl Marks Fantasy. I have a hard time getting this one to grow. For me, I probably need to repot it into a better mix than what it's in. I just took a top cut off of it, and I am trying to reroot and just, like, start over with this plant. And then here I have my Philodendron Pariso Verde. This was an import, so all the leaves look really, really stupid on it. My cat nibbled on that one. It's fine. It is working on this new one, and I'm just praying that it comes in, like, super cute and super happy. So there were some spider mites. You could see the damage that they did to these leaves. So hopefully she bounces back. I'm probably gonna need to cut her because she looks really dumb with all of this stem and all these aerial roots sticking out. But that's fine. Here is my biggest philodendron Billy, and she's also working on a new leaf. This one is also from Urban Leaf Shop, but thankfully they seem to either get their philodendrons from a better source, or they actually, like, grow some of them themselves, because I haven't had an issue with this plant. It's only the Hoyas and Dischidias that I get from them that look like this. So I don't really know, but we're gonna do an update on all of these a little bit more closely soon anyway. And then over here is another import philodendron. This is the last remaining original leaf from when I got it. So this one I need to cut and start over as well because it looks really dumb. Just like all that empty stem. So it's been putting out, like, mediocre leaves. I really hate this one in my care, and then boom, look at that. Look at that new leaf. Is that not gorgeous? Look at that. Is that not perfect? Wow, with that little splash of cream at the top. So I think that it's finally getting used to its environment and is gonna start giving me some really gorgeous leaves. So we're definitely gonna chop that one and get it restarted soon. I'm not worried about cutting a lot of these philodendrons because they have these crazy aerial roots that will help sustain them when they're cut. So there's that. I have this larger ring of fire back here. This was also an import. I gotta take some of these sad leaves off. Ooh, or it can just fall off. That's fine. I put it, like, more in the shade because I thought it was getting too much light. I'm hoping that it'll adjust. But yeah, this was an import, so it's coming in with much smaller leaves. That is kind of just a thing that happens with imports. If you get them with big leaves, don't expect them to keep growing big leaves, even if they are like rooted plants and like top cuts. So there's that little disclaimer. And then back here I have one of my philodendron squammies putting out a new leaf, and my anthurium. So I've got my clarinervium over here throwing out this new gorgeous leaf that's like arguably perfect. Look at that. And then I've got the silver blush in here. Let me pull it out so you can see it better. So absolutely love the silver blush. I potted them both together because I just felt like it. And I'm not mad about it. They look cute, but ooh, girl, you're so floppy. Stop being so floppy. Come back. Okay. Look at that leaf. Is that not gorgeous? So yeah, she's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I keep her under here because she gets all like burnt and stuff in the direct light. So she gets some nice indirect light back here. All right, let's move down to over here. We have got a Syndapsis officinalis. Very similar to the Moonlight, just slightly different variegation and like rounder leaves. And then I've got one of my many Syndapsis jade satin growing like crazy in here. One of my favorites. And then I have my little queen anthurium. She's definitely hungry. I brought my fertilizer up here to feed her. Very, very heavy feeder. Her leaves are yellowing, probably on account of lack of nutrients. So she'll be fine. She just needs some food. Another sad Standeliana cutting. And then over here I have my anthurium, radicans, times Dressleri. Yeah, gorgeous. So this one also had some spider mites. It's got some damage to the leaves because of it, but it is bouncing back and putting out a new leaf. It's got some mealybugs on it. I'm gonna need to get more ladybugs in here soon to help with these little mealy situation here because they're super irritating. Yeah, I see you. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so that is that anthurium there. And then next to it, I've got my philodendron strawberry shake. You guys know how much I am obsessed with this plant. I show it off all the time. And it has got this new leaf coming in. A little bit wonky, but it moved around a lot while that leaf was unfurling, so it's not really all that surprising. I'm confident that the next one after this in my care is gonna come in absolutely gorgeous. So it is a mid-cut, so it's just gonna take a little bit of time for her leaves to get nice and big like that original one there. Love, 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 love this plant. And then I've got my Philodendron White Princess just put out a new leaf here. My White Wizard is doing really well. Super cute. Or is this the Knight? White Knight. You know what? I don't remember. I've got this really sad Hoya Kochang Island from Urban Leaf Shop that I tried to get my money back on. This is all that's left of it. It came to me looking like this, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering. It didn't look like that because of anything that I did. And then I have two more Hoyas from them over here. Quickly, the really sad Hoya Jennifer. That is in a mossy perlite mix. So we are hoping that maybe eventually she'll get herself together. She's not dying. She's done dropping leaves, but her leaves do look like this all the time. And this Hoya Finlaysonii here is not too far off from the same shop. It's a little bit more turgid, but still not like a super happy plant. Yeah, also in a perlite moss mix. So I try to keep these just kind of like tucked up in here because they're really floppy. And yeah, there's that. Below that here, I have the Syngonium what do they call this one? Green splash, I want to say. Or green flecked, I think is what this is called. I picked it up at like a Lowe's or a Home Depot a while back because I thought it was unique. I don't usually see this green on green variegation. The leaves come in kind of pink. There's a couple lingering mealybugs. The leaves come in pink with green variegation and then they fade out, but I do really enjoy them when they're in between. As you can see, this one's nice and pink back here, and this one grows really well for me in the greenhouse. I haven't had any issues with it. She probably needs to be chopped soon and propagated, but I'm definitely gonna need to take a lot of more of these plants out than I thought. It's been a couple weeks since I like really thoroughly checked them for bugs, so there's a lot less than there was before, but there's still some stragglers, and that's okay. As long as we're on top of it and don't let it go for too long, it's not usually too big of an issue. Mealybugs take a while to do their damage, at least, so you have time. This is a Alocasia dragon scale that I picked up, well, more like rescued, and also because it had this splotch of variegation, I don't anticipate it continuing on with any variegation, but I am happy to give it a home. So there's that. This is the newest leaf, first leaf out in my care. Not the best leaf in the world, but not the worst either, so I feel like it could definitely be worse. This is definitely like not a happy plant. Wasn't super happy when I got it, but we're doing our best to take care of it and keep it happy. Okay, my phone's dying, so let's be quick here. I've got more alocasias. This is a Bombino. I've got Maharani, another dragon scale, silver dragon, and a little baby Aslanii, super cute. I've got a silver Syndapsis hiding back here, more Standeliana elbow. Actually, here's a good little comparison of the elbow and the Aurea, so you can see the slight difference. These are Tetrasperma nubs that I chopped back and regrew. I've got a begonia hiding back in here with some really cool texture on the leaves, a Syngonium erythrophyllum, not looking its best, and then I've got some Hoya pachyclada hiding back there. So that is everything so far that's in the greenhouse aside from all these Hoyas. I'm gonna have to come back and show you the Hoyas, honestly, when my phone has some time to charge. So that's gonna take a little bit. This is longer than I anticipated, you guys. Okay, fam, so it is a little while later. I let my phone charge a little bit and I am ready to give you a quick glance at these Hoya up here. And my food is ready, beep beep. That's what I just heard. I'm so hungry. So we're gonna make this quick. I have this Hoya latifolia macrophylla variegated that reverted. It turned into this pot of gold, and it's finally just put out a new leaf that looks like it's also going to be intervariegated, which is super excited because it came from an outer variegated plant. Oh look, it's got working on a bloom. Cute. So yeah, there's that one there. Then I've got another Hoya Motoski. I've got some Jennifer cuttings. This is a Hoya Vitellina. I think it was an import, so I'm not exactly sure. I've got another Jennifer cutting over here. And then this is a Hoya Breviolata. Looking thirsty, like literally all the time. I don't know why. So there's that. This is a Hoya Icensis that got like just a tad bit too sun stressed. I've got my Nicholsoniae New Guinea Ghost, hanging out in here. I've got a couple of Calistophylla species, Calamantan, I don't really know how you're supposed to say it, but that is that one. I've got a little baby Sarawak here with 2 brand new leaves, and it looks like it's working on some more. A cute little baby variegated Hindu rope hiding over here. And then I have my bigger Sarawak back here. This was sold to me as Hoya Svetlana, but it's mislabeled. Not the seller's fault. The buyer she got it from labeled it wrong, but it's gorgeous regardless of whatever it is. Don't know the ID on it, unfortunately. I have a little baby Hoya Weymanii hiding in here. I should bring it out so it can get sun stressed. And then this is a Hoya that I don't know the ID on. So if you guys have any idea, it's not sweet scent, it's not parasitica, but it is really cute and I'm not mad about it. And then next to it here, I have one of my favorites, which is the Hoya Clemenciorum. I got this as a 2-leaf cutting and it put out this leaf in my care, and it is working on some more, so I'm not mad about it. This is literally one of my very, very favorite Hoyas in my collection, like, period. So highly recommend if you like a veiny Hoya to try and get your hands on that one. And then in this pot here I have a mix of Hoya Weyliniana getting nice and sun stressed, as well as some Hoya Colina. So this is just regular Colina. I have them both rooting up in the same cup of moss because I bought them at the same time and I was lazy about it, so that's gonna be fun to separate. But the ones with the veins in here are the Weyliniana, and the ones without veins are the Colina. The Colina has a nice, like, rounded leaves too. Super cute. This is a no ID Hoya from Indonesia. It gets super sun stressed. You could see this leaf is blocking that one. And it looks like it was plucked off of a tree. It hasn't grown anything new in my care yet, except for like this leaf, I think. But soon, maybe, hopefully. Oh, that one looks like a fresh leaf. So does that, actually. Ooh, look at that one. That one's pretty. That one has a mealybug on it, but that's fine. Next to it over here, I have a Hoya mirabilis. I absolutely love the sun-stressed leaves on this one. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And she's been trying to bloom. She's got a couple of peduncles, but I don't think she's going to until I take her out of this nasty perlite. This was an import, and I rooted it up in some perlite, and it has really taken off for me. It's doing pretty well. And then I have this Hoya Sergio, don't know. I think this one is different because it's not sun stressing the same. But I was under the impression that they were both the same plant. That's why I put them in this pot together. And then behind it here, I have another Hoya Vitellinioides. This is a 2-leaf cutting, and it's got this big tendril that it's working on. It looks like it might have gotten kind of woody, so I'm not sure if that's gonna keep growing. But next to it back here, I have my Hoya species Saba, and I absolutely love this one. Look at this. This is the first leaf to come out in my care, and it does have another active tendril here. This was, I think I got this one from a US seller, so not mad about that. In front of it, I have this Hoya Bordenii. This was also an import. This one sun stresses like a champ. And then in front of that one, I have the Hoya quinquenervia. These leaves are really little, but they can get super duper big, and I mean, they sun stress. Absolutely beautiful. You could see some of the original leaves in here that are dying off, but they are bigger. So that one's in moss. A lot of these need to be repotted, I'm not gonna lie. There's a common theme going on here. This is my Hoya Sunrise. I don't know why this one in particular is dying off. It looks like it just totally shriveled up, but the rest of the plant is doing fine. Some of these were rescue bits and bobs. I potted up a bunch together, so some are healthier than others, and that's okay. Next to it, I have my Hoya Marillii that also gets really nicely sun-stressed, not as like burgundy as this one, because I know they kind of look similar, but the leaves on this one get really, really big, and this one does not. Next to it, I have my Hoya Caudata. Just put out this new little fuzzy leaf. If it'll focus. Oh my goodness, look at it. So cute! I can't handle it. And this one is a really beautiful trailing plant. And then I have my Hoya Houschkilian, Variegated Houschkiliana, and I mean, I just love this one. She's cute as hell. Next to that, I have my Hoya Golden Eye. This one was growing a little wonky for me, so I'm hoping that the new tendrils that it's working on here are gonna come in nice and not wonky. Oh, I see a mealybug on the move, and now it's dead. So, what else? Back here I have the Hoya species UT033. This is one of the very few Hoyas from Urban Leaf Shop that hasn't died. It probably doesn't have a lot of roots, but it is doing okay. It hasn't lost leaves, so I just have kind of left it alone. I like the veining on this one. I think is really cute. So there's that. I have my Hoya species Timber hiding back here. These leaves can get pretty big too, and I really like the veining on them. So there's that. I have another little Croniana Silver hiding back here. I have got one of my other Callistophylla. This is my regular one, so you could see how it's different from that one, and then it's also different from this one. So I'm not really sure. But I like them all, so I'm not mad about it. And then this is my Hoya Stardust. It's a Carnosa cultivar, and it can get some really cute splashy leaves. This was also an import, so I'm very happy that it's growing for me. And then my Hoya Meridithii, you guys know I show this one off all the time. She has got these big, beautiful leaves that I'm totally obsessed with. So, and then this is my Hoya Wayleniana UT152, I think. And she's getting really super sun stressed in here, and thankfully not dying. So that is it for all of my Hoyas in here. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little tour. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite plant in my greenhouse is. Okay fam, I'm gonna keep this quick because it was a really long video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you are satisfied with seeing a lot of these plants that you haven't seen in a while, and if you did like it, you should give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. There's a join button down there if you want to be part of the official plant fam. If not, there's a super thanks button if you want to super thanks me. I appreciate you, and I really genuinely hope I see you in the next one. Goodbye.